Greetings to you. Alright, we're testing out a new webcam, so I don't know if it looks grainy on your side, but it looks nice and vintage over here. The idea is for it to have a better quality, but we'll see. I don't think it's doing that whole color thing anymore. It doesn't seem so, like it was before, so we'll see. Oh, well. Either way. Greetings. Alright, Barbara Bush left us. I wasn't going to call this video Barbara Bush in the beginning, but I was like, why not? Sure, why not? Barbara Bush passed over. I'm surprised that the vampire family can wave the earth that, I figure they just live forever the way they've been going recently. So this feels like also the George Bush Sr. Is not too far from him, and also Barbara Bush. I see Aleister Crowley's energies all through her vibrations. So if that's, I mean, she looks just like him. It just is not just that. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like she's very. I don't know her connection, but either way, I see it. But whatever. As for where she is, I'm not sure if I want to know. I'll get back to you on that. It's not an energy I like to connect to very much. Let's put it that way. So, if you connect to it, more power to you. It's just not an energy I want to be around. Just that whole family is, yeah. It is what it is. What else was there? About the dollar currency situation. I don't have that listed here. I don't know what I'm talking about. The new dollar currency, there is talk about that. I'm going to bring somebody in to go into some of that. And that will be something new. It's called The Law of One, but it's from Sirius. It's like a Sirius collective, Syrian collective, which I connected to, so it should be interesting. I felt them around. It is part of the raw material, so I guess raw is connected to Syrians, obviously, because it's connected to Egypt, so that makes a lot of sense there. So it's actually a galactic family called the Law of One, from what I received. So connect to that to go into more of these questions about the dollar. Alright, there's a new currency, possibly, and it's possible. Hopefully there won't be a financial crash to bring it in, but it's hard to say at this time. What happened is hard to say. I'm not getting a whole lot on it. Some of these things are not going to be the easiest to predict, but it doesn't mean it's not in the works. So basically the new currency will move away from the Federal Reserve, and basically with the Federal Reserve, I mean, that's connected to the oil, the dollar. So once everyone gets away from the dollar and connected to the oil, then that's not going to get too good for us here. So who knows? It's hard to say at this time. There's a lot of energies. So I'll bring in somebody to see what we get a different perspective of. I'm not getting a clear energy on anything at this time, but it is hope for the best for sure. That, I mean, down the road possibly. Like I say, these things are hard to predict, so you just kind of go with the flow, and positive things can happen. The idea is for something positive to happen, not like whole country goes under and then you have a new currency and it's all nuts. So the idea is not to have that, but either way. Oh yeah, mass arrest. That was another thing. Yeah, I don't know. I just put that in the title for the sake of putting it in the title. Some people are just drawn to that title. I'm not sure why. There's something wrong there. Maybe not. I haven't used that in the title for a long time. I was surprised how much attention it got. It's like, are you kidding? So this is why I can't get anywhere on YouTube. So it's like, jeez. Mass arrest. Everybody has a different version of it. I'll give you my version of it. Only people are going to be mass arrest is those that the elites or Illuminati don't want anymore. As for the Illuminati being arrested, good luck on that. I mean, anything's possible, but I doubt it. Also, the idea is for us to go into more of a healing energy, a healing phase, and not arrest anybody. You know, just clean our, you know, get our act together and rebuild the earth, basically. I'm not sure if our mass arrest is going to do anything. The QAnon, was it QAnon? Whatever it is, cool. I'm great at pronouncing words, but QAnon, whatever it's called. I mean, they talked about people being arrested, but it's like, you know, I don't know if there's any proof on that. People are going to Guantanamo Bay, and it's all just a bunch of talk, so who knows. Once again, it's like false hope. So, you know, the elites are pretty powerful, and for mass arrest, like, if there's going to be a mass arrest, it's not going to be those that run the show. It's unlikely. So, as our world turns into more of a positive vibration, what's that negativity, you know, the idea of arrest, I believe will not be part of our society. CPU usage detected. You may experience performance issues. No, so far so good. I have to check the video later. That's the second one I got on that. So probably because of the webcam. Hopefully this is broadcasting well. All right. Before we get into anything, oh yeah, and DNA. All right. Another thing about like DNA, computer DNA, basically like water. You can put information in water, something like that. I guess that's where we're heading eventually. Not to say it doesn't exist now. I mean, there's already information and everything. But basically using, like, for example, you know, our own DNA to put information. Basically, you have hard drives, you have servers, and eventually it'll go into DNA storage. If you look it up, you'll probably find something. I forget. I was going to talk about this like ages ago, so I don't remember a whole lot about it now. But that's probably where we're heading eventually. I know it sounds weird, but not really. But yeah, we're way away from that. But or maybe we're not. I think they're doing tests on this stuff, but it's basically you have like, I don't know how it works exactly, but you have like water and you have your information and somehow you get it out of it. You know, you're distracted information from it, like from your pictures or something. I know it sounds crazy, but it's something like that. I know I was like probably lost a lot of people on that one, but that's probably where we're going eventually. You have to look it up. I haven't looked up anything. I threw that in. There was an idea, a thought that came in. I just threw it on there and just leave it at that. So, yeah, we're just running on thin ice here. So, those that are new to all this, if you're still here, this is IvanTorah.com. We have private sessions available, well, sort of this week. I'm also going to have probably another scheduler system eventually. I'm trying something out. Basically, you can schedule on your phone. I don't think you can do it with the one that's currently here. It all has to be on desktop. We also have other ways you can get a session. Google has Zoom, Skype by phone. Everything's recorded. Also have the shop here, 1 to 5 days for delivery, or 10 days at the max. Also have Spirit Social, the same thing here. Services here, basically it's a backup. We also have other spiritual connections here. We also have Patreon's another way you get updates on the Rabbit and other things that are on in the works. And the social network, I'm not connected to this today. Oh, neat. Visited by a canine wolf Sasquatch being. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of... That's cool. That's very bizarre, but that's great. Yeah, there's a lot of mixtures out there of alien that... There's a lot of stuff out there for sure. That's pretty cool though. Wouldn't doubt it. Very awesome. I'm not sure if I have anything. Oh yeah, and this is the Jake comic. Also for entertainment needs, a whistleblower going into the 5th dimension. So, all right. Thank you for your support. All right, may the madness continue. All right, let's see here. As for, yeah, the dollar and all that, it's a possibility. It seems to be kind of locked up. On that DNA thing, we'll let that go, but it's out there. Well, I think they're already testing on that whole thing. I know it's kind of crazy stuff, but then again, we have electric cars, and we're going into a weird time anyway, so... let's see. As for Barbara Bush, connect that again. Might as well. Let's see. She has to do a lot of self-forgiveness. Of course, she doesn't. Probably part of her feels like she didn't do anything wrong. I'm not sure about that. See, it does seem like she's taking on some of the family karma. So she's not exactly involved with it, but she still takes on, she knows, which makes a lot of sense actually when you think about it. So she kind of took that karma with her, and she's going to figure it out wherever she goes. So, which makes a lot of sense. As for what karma, right? They don't do anything wrong. No, not at all. There's not blood on that family, not at all. And it's not conspiracy theories. There's stuff there that's just not good. It didn't, you take away all the conspiracies and whatever it is. Of course, they call it conspiracy only because they can't get the proof of it, because they don't want proof of it. So they call it a conspiracy. That does not mean it's not true. It's just they make it very difficult to prove, which then they call it a conspiracy, which makes a lot of sense. It's like the Illuminati. But yet they're everywhere, and people say they don't exist, and they're pretty much in every product known to man, and the energies of the earth also. So it's everywhere. It's just you gotta look for it. It's not that hard to find either. But they rule a lot of things, not everything. They don't rule your mind, but they can get into your mental state, as you can say with The Simpsons. As for predictive programming, basically, they can bring in thoughts. They can, they have to siphon this stuff out. And through The Simpsons, they've done it through other things too, through creativity. Simpsons is another way for them to clear their karma as they set things up. So, obviously, they saw the Trump election a long time ago. You can say they're kind of sabotaging it in the Simpsons episode. They're trying to sabotage them too in the past by saying, oh, we bankrupt the country and all of that. They're trying to destroy him even before he even got the job. So just think about it in a different way. I just got that. I've connected to that a little bit here and there, but it makes sense. So think about timeline wars. Yeah. There you go. So that gives you kind of a glimpse of it. There's more of it. The Simpsons is right in your face. You look it up on YouTube or anything, predictions that you saw. It's all being brought in through ideas. Not to say those people are part of the Illuminati. Maybe they are. I don't think so. It's just a place where they can, with the elites, to tell you how powerful the elites are, they can siphon out. The people, majority will not believe it, of course. But it's not a coincidence at all. And through movies, they do this too. Even through movies that are failures, like some of the DC movies with this, I forgot the Justice League movie that just came out with the Steppenwolf. I believe that being is very real somewhere, but you can almost say, I mean, it's kind of a stupid character in the movie, but the energy of it comes from more of like black magic and not so friendly stuff. So especially the mother boxes that are in it are not, This is what the elite play. I'm not sure if they have a mother box, but either way, they deal with a lot of stuff that most of us would not. They just laugh at it. Yeah, and you're under its control too. So whatever it might be, it's going to be pretty outrageous what they do, because they know people aren't going to connect to it, because they're not going to believe it, because they're not taught not to believe it. So once again, as we go more into the wizard vibrations, people are connecting more to their powers. They know what's going on. As for the masses, you know, they'll catch up eventually, or maybe not. Maybe not. Well, they did in the Middle Ages. Then again, a lot more people are awakened during the Middle Ages, so they just saw things, and just they're more connected to nature. Also, here we're very disconnected, so we're kind of being pulled into an AI society, but not entirely. But those that are connected to the mass mentality are most likely going to go to the AI energy, most likely. Those that believe we're all a bunch of crazy people are most likely going to go to the AI mind control. They're on their phones all the time already, and there's nothing wrong with it, but if you're addicted to it and stuff like that, yeah. I mean, if you do it for work and stuff like, you know, whatever. But some are just actually addicted to it. So they're most likely the candidates to be pulling into the AI. You can say nightmare scenarios, not entirely what you might see, but I think it has, yeah, it's just, you're going to call us crazy or connecting all, you know, talking about all of this, and yet they get pulled into the cyborg world. So that's their deal. So whatever works for you. You know, that's, you know, it's an experience. You give it that. I forgot what else I was going to talk about. Barbara Bush, dollar currency. Went to that again. Mass arrest. There's always going to be arrests here and there, of course, through wealthy bankers. As for a financial collapse, I mean, I'm not seeing it, but then again, those things are not the easiest to see. Even if the writing's all on the wall, it's all built up artificially by friends to keep the system going. So, all right, we'll bring in the law of one. I think it's the law of one. I already forgot. Yeah. Oh wait, before we do that. Oh yeah. Southwest. I'll bring it up here. Yeah, Southwest Airlines. It just had that. Like they almost, I guess, the engine blew on it, and female pilot. I think if I'm reading this right, female pilot landed it safely. It does seem like it was engine failure of some kind that was not easily detected, obviously, or cannot be detected for that matter. It seems like there was a malfunction there that it's like, it feels like it broke in mid-air, and there's not much you can do about it when it's in mid-air. It's like it looked fine, obviously, on ground. I don't know if they check the engines when they're, you know, every time they fly, but whatever they mostly check, it feels like it was fine. Obviously, I guess it was in a storm too, but still, so I'm not sure the whole details. But either way, it does seem like something malfunctioned from what it feels like. And busted. And also Delta had an issue too, emergency landing. So yeah, DNA computers. Once again, I'm getting a download. Basically, it's like having like a watery. I know it sounds crazy, but a watery type of surface, where it's just like a I don't know how to describe it, but and you can touch it, and it's like a touch screen type of thing, and that's your computer. And it's just in a, I'm not sure how that's going to work exactly, but that's your computer is water, basically. I know it sounds very bizarre. Maybe crystals connected to it, most likely. We have a ways for that, but it does seem like that's where we're heading. Obviously not in my lifetime, but you never know. I doubt it, but you never know. So that's like more like the fourth dimension energy, or the higher fourth. Okay, all right, I think we got that down. And as for Southwest, yeah, just insane. Just I'm surprised that they survived the way they. I mean, it's amazing that the air traffic has been mostly safe. I'm glad it has been. It's not safe out there. It's for sure safe nowhere. But yeah. All right. So, all right. Blessings and connect to the law of one. Let's see what we get. So I felt them around. Now this came through a channeled text that I have not released yet. So I'm not sure what they're going to bring in here. So I just know that they're around. So. Alright, much love, blessings. Here we go. Greetings to you. Yes, we are the law of one. Yes, to the Syrian vibrations. Blessings to your society. Yes, we come in peace. As your human experience is very much through the Syrian experience. As we have connected to your earth from its foundations, its early days of its creation. As we were observers of your world even before it was created. As the idea of your world was in the Sirius star system. As it was created through other beings, we watched it as it was being birthed into your universe. So we play, yes, a part in, but also we do stand back to see what you do also. We are not here to get involved too much at times. We want to see what your race will do, as our interference will cause so much distraction, as you might grow up too fast and not learn anything. The idea is for you to, yes, learn the hard way, but we are here, we are always been here. Realize also, your Anunnaki on your world, we invited them to your planet to see what they will do, as they have much learning to do also. Realize your society contributed a great deal to the Anunnaki to help them face themselves, as they felt like they were gods in their own right. And when they met your race, they did not feel so powerful anymore. So yes, this human race you are a part of was a threat to some species. Yes, that might be a primitive way of saying it, but yes, it was a threat, and still is. As yes, it chose to even go into darkness, to forget all of its knowledge, which is bravery there. That's, to have a society like yours, of your ancient times, of just brilliance, and also more brilliance, to forget it all, is magnificent. Because yes, you are, because realize, yes, you might be guinea pigs of other species, but you're also becoming more powerful than a lot of them too. And so reconnecting you to your abilities, many of you are realizing this, know this. The idea is not to be superior over other races, not at all, but it is to connect to your potential. And your potential is immense. And this is why your Anunnaki sees you as a threat. Your reptilians are integrated within your society. They feel as if they are you in many ways, but in reptilian form. Yes, the leaders of the universe, as they claim, which is fine for them. But to realize your society is growing within all these species. As you are manipulated by them, you become part of them. The Yael, the reptilian races, and on and on. As you have not fully come out of your hibernation yet, as you can see. Many of you are getting glimpses of your future, but it has not fully integrated as you'd like. These words of events is also phases your earth is going through. When you have channeled messages of the word event or a word similar to it, has basically the same definition. That shows that your world is building a stepping stone out of darkness. So interpret it as you wish. This means you're coming out of the old phase of your world. It is not going as fast as you. It's never intended to go quickly, as you still have much to learn of how to handle the higher vibrations. Many of you are integrating it well, and some are not. Some are brought ego into it, as you can see, and being ruled by that energy, and that is their choice. But yes, understanding more of DNA is going to come more into your society also. This word DNA is going to be part of your society. Many of you will begin to talk about it. Because as you raise your energies, DNA becomes a part because you understand it more. You understand how it works. You just don't know how. You just know. That's where you're heading. And many of you already know this. So our species, yes, is very ancient, as other species, yes, of the Lyran. But we are ones that we do step back and let you grow. As for interference, not do you any good. Yes, there are messengers here, such as Ra, Isis, and others. Yes, but most of us stand back. We do watch over you and protect your world as much as we can, because some beings we do allow in to see what, once again, see what they will do. Because we already see the future timelines of what they're capable of. So if it wasn't for that, we would just keep them out if they would cause a great, massive anger. But realize also, your consciousness is allowing these manipulations to come in also. Most of you would be like, I don't think so. That is a small percentage of you. The rest of your population say, yes, give me more. They're constantly saying, give me more, give me more. And you have it. And now you have your world of, yes, the way it is today. So realize that those who do not want to awaken to the higher vibrations are just loving this situation that they're in. You'd be surprised. They say they're not, but if you'd be surprised. Now some of you are on contracts with these low vibrations and want out, but realize your contract is there for a reason. As it's like, not yet, you can't come out yet. You still have a lot to learn here. As much as we like to let you out and go out to play, you have to stay in school. And that is part of the low energy school basically you're experiencing. So yes, you have to, yes, looking at it from a different point of view. Your guides might be disliked, maybe. Firing them, some do need to be fired after a while, because some do get extremely lazy. So there's nothing wrong with that. But realize their guides are there to put you in. You made a deal with them and with God. So they're there to keep that promise. And that's what many of you is like, oh, this contract I wrote is horrible. And many of you like to bail out, but they're there to keep you there. Because that's what you signed up for. Now, if it became so extreme where it's just, this isn't healthy for you anymore, of course they'd let you bail. Now when it comes to health different problems, health is, yes, one area where the body goes into decay or mental illness, and the spirit realms can do what they can. But in those, they have to let it run its course, because that's also part of your contract. But yes, it can become an extreme situation that it becomes incurable. That's also, you signed up. You know the risks when you came here, basically. As yes, your alien beings can interfere, but not at this point. Because what you signed up for is not to be healed. Also, for you to receive this knowledge, healing will take you out of that knowledge field, and you almost feel like you're robbed. You'd be surprised how that will occur. One moment. Yes, you're Barbara Bush. Yes. Feisty one, isn't she? She is not quite on the other side. She is with the angels, but wanting to hold on to her family. So she goes into spirit, yes, but she goes right back to her family. So she's in spirit, but she is still in your dimension in some ways. So she's not fully gone yet, but she is in a pleasant place. As for her history, we'll leave you with that. Yes, there is much corruption in that family that is not for us to judge at all, but yes, it is basically what many of you are feeling in your hearts, that is something wrong, or an energy there that you know that I agree with is most likely correct. As there's much more going on, and it goes into the current administration. Let's put it this way. The Bush administration has not ever left the White House. They might be in their little houses and playing golf, but their presence is still there. And some of them are causing difficulties for your current president at this time. It doesn't matter what party. If you're not liked, they're going to tell you and treat you like that too. Oh yes, as for your currency, one moment. That is up to your human consciousness. There are several that are actually being planned for your society to grow in a different way. None of them have been fully implemented. Yes, a few are, but those are small ones. The big one is for your United States, as that one still wants to be the prominent energy. As for leaving your dollar is a possibility. We can't go into the full details of it, but we can say there's many plans in the works. And does this have to do, well, we see your world without currency in your future, and that's a good thing, and many of you, I believe, agree with that. So what our perspective is, what you choose is what you feel is best for you at this time. If your consciousness of your planet wants a new currency, it will have one. That's all we can go into details of that. As for your, yes, once again, your mass arrest energies. One moment. Yes, there will always be your lower criminals, yes. As for your ones causing difficulties on your world, realize many of them are well protected and unlikely to be arrested. Now, they will have somebody to take the fall for them, most likely. So if you have a rich banker that's very connected, trust me, you will find a way to get out of it. And you most likely, you've never heard of them either. So they'll have a fall guy, most likely. So they all do. Even your rich billionaires, for that matter, that are recognized in your media. Trust me, it is all there. One moment. As for your political climate at this time, one moment. Yes, there's much corruption within your United States. And you realize also some of it is actually being flushed out. Your FBI is actually showing its corruption right in front of you. And your CIA is still very quiet, as eventually they will go into the limelight eventually. But your FBI is right now mostly, it's almost as if it is kind of like the Kardashians at this time. It is, yes, a laughing stock in some regard, isn't it? And as it's intended to be that way, it is losing its control. Yes, it's part of your, it's just becoming more comical, isn't it, for you? Yes, it's becoming a tabloid joke, basically. It's because it always has been, it just has been seen. But you are seeing the corruption of it in front of you. It's up to you to make the decision as you want for that. But there is much more. And you should be also thankful you are seeing this corruption, as there is much more to come through. Oh, there's so much more. As yes, it is connected to your deep state, where you think they get their funding from. It's not from your budget. It is, but not necessarily. It is there to keep, it's there to keep your deep state hidden, basically. through at least the United States. It is there basically to hide it nationwide. And yes, it goes into commercials. They do everything they can to keep it hidden. I'll leave you with that. Yes, they're connected to advertising. They're connected to media of all kinds. Music also. That is the front end of your deep state in your United States. That's your public version of it. There's so much more, but we'll leave you with that. As for your NSA, yes, they're very much robbing your humanity through information. Yes, they're going through your Facebook and other. Most likely your Facebook continue to have power. Your Google is far worse. So your Facebook is getting attention, but also it is like a finger pointed at Google saying, you guys are not necessarily next, but this can happen to you. Basically what happened with Facebook is basically they did not follow a lot of rules, but not the rules that you think of. The behind the scenes, they did not make the right payoff. There's much more going on there. But also you can say it's basically they did not, yes, they did not keep all their skeletons in the closet as they would like. Let's put it that way, because they could have kept that situation quiet, and they chose not to pay to keep it quiet. We'll leave you with that. So, blessings to your society. There's much more from us, but we are having fun with this connection. As yes, we will be back. But for you, just realize you are you are growing well, many of you. As there's much more to know about yourselves. And yes, it's going to be kind of strange, but also fun. It is not all the end of the world, not at all. It is the beginning of a new one. The end of your third dimension, yes. Some are, yes, calling it the end of time. The World War III of your third dimension, yes. Your World War III is coming to an end. Your enlightenment age is beginning. We see you all later. Blessings.